Yeah, exactly. And I sat down one-on-one with Governor Kevin Stitt inside the Capitol today after that big news drop. He says the decision was right, and he was really worried about what would have happened if it went the other way. However, tribal leaders say they are disappointed.
There's not one day that I'm going to give up half of my state.
It's a question we've been waiting years to find out. Will the Supreme Court require Native Americans living on their reservation to pay state income tax? Muskogee Nation citizen Alicia Stroble challenged Oklahoma's tax commission after the Supreme Court ruled in the McGirt case that tribal reservations in our state were never disbanded. But today, the Supreme Court declined to review her case, meaning the Oklahoma State Supreme Court's ruling against Stroble stands. And Governor Kevin Stitt praised that decision.
The Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to hear that. Of course, that's ridiculous. Everybody has to have the same set of rules regardless of race.
While the governor claims that's what the Supreme Court says about Stroble, they did not have any supplemental information showing why they denied to review the case. Stitt says Oklahoma and the tribes now need to negotiate at the table together and move forward. But first,
and it's time to stop suing the state, stop trying to expand this to civil or taxation issues.
Well, today, Muskogee Nation Principal Chief David Hill said in a statement that he hoped the Supreme Court would step in and overrule the state Supreme Court's decision that he says disregards decades of settled federal law. Principal Chief Hill went on to say he's seeking a remedy in other federal courts. And also today, the Cherokee Nation's Attorney General put out a statement saying they're disappointed in the denial to review, and their Attorney General agreed the state Supreme Court's ruling is inconsistent with federal law. Now, Governor Kevin Stitt, though, says if the Stroble case ever comes back up, he's worried the wedge it could put between western and eastern Oklahoma.
Western Oklahoma is not going to continue to fund roads and bridges and schools in eastern Oklahoma if the Supreme Court would have said 12% of the population in the eastern part of our state doesn't follow the same tax rules as the people in the western part of the state. If all of a sudden eastern Oklahoma wasn't paying their fair share, I don't think it'd be very long before western Oklahoma said, hey, time out.
Now, the Cherokee Nation Attorney General in that statement went on to say that the Cherokee Nation will collaborate with the law and in support of tribal sovereignty. Now, more on the Cherokee Nation statement and even the Muskogee statement, make sure you go to KOCO.com. Reporting live inside the Capitol, I'm Dakota Wapakichi, KOCO 5 News.